Okay. Good morning, guys. How are you doing today? Good morning online. Hope everyone are doing good. Nice. Okay. All right. So let's jump on. Okay. So what did we discuss in our last class? What did we discuss? Yes, Rajati. Every day is a great session for us. Okay. So let's have a quick shootout round. Huh? So which is the service? Which is the service where you can go and create virtual machines? What is the full form of EC2? Elastic Compute Cloud. So what is the definition of EC2? In EC2 service, what do we launch? EC2 instances. What do we launch? EC2 instances. And do you all agree that every AWS service is either region or global? Regional or global. So this EC2 is regional or global? EC2 is regional. Okay. And what is load balancer? Which distribute the traffic to the servers. So what is load balancer called in is AWS? Elastic load balancer. What is that? Elastic load balancer. So what is the definition of elastic load balancer? Okay. I didn't understood what I said. Okay. But okay. So what is the definition? So elastic load balancer which distribute the traffic to multiple EC2 instances across availability zones. Very good. And this load balancer is completely managed by AWS. Elastic load balancer is a server or a service? It's a service. Is it possible to log into the load balancer or access the load balancer? Access. How do you access? Using the DNS name. Okay. All right. So, and then which is the service? Which is the service is used for easy and quick deployment of applications? Elastic Beanstalk. Elastic Beanstalk. So Elastic Beanstalk is like a platform as a service? Yes. So in general, do we have control on the servers in platform as service? In general, in platform as service, do you have control? No. But in Elastic Beanstalk, do you have the control on the machines? Yes. What is the backbone of Elastic Beanstalk? EC2 instance. But do you control that EC2 instances? No, don't control it. So which is, okay, now I have given you some application to host it on the AWS. What are the two services do you recommend to host? EC2, Elastic Beanstalk. Very good. So EC2 is completely manual and Beanstalk is automated. Which is a service in AWS, which is everything is readily available. You just need to go ahead and click it. Light Sail. Okay. What is the disadvantage of Light Sail? It didn't support auto scaling. Okay. And I want to do some automation through the scripting. So which service is that? Lambda. So Lambda is server based or serverless? It is serverless. So what do we create in Lambda? What do we create in Lambda? What functions are those? Lambda functions. What function are those? Lambda functions. So Lambda functions can be written in multiple languages, scripts. Which is the favorite one? Your favorite also Python? So will you learn Python also? In future. Okay. In future, learn. Better to learn. But if you are a Java guy or if you are a .NET guy also, you can use your own strength to write the scripting. So can we say that Okay, where are all the events are stored? Event bridge. So based on the event that you are interested, can we use that and trigger the Lambda functions? Yes, we can trigger the Lambda functions. So Lambda is regional or global? Lambda is regional or global? That is serverless only. Regional or global? Why you have these two answers? Did I said you this? Until I say specifically everything are regional. Did I say Lambda is global? So by default, Lambda is regional or global? So you should perfectly say Lambda is regional. That's it. No other thought. Beanstalk. Beanstalk is regional or global? Simple. So don't say the sir didn't told this now. Huh? So, okay. Very good. So let's move on to today's topic. GT, can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well online? Okay. So today, let's go and learn few more services. Okay. I wanted to take you, I will take you to your olden days. Huh? Okay. So I don't know, your childhood days are my childhood days or your childhood days are my college days? Huh? I don't know, but let's see. Huh? Definitely your childhood, my childhood are same. Huh? Don't think I'm very old guy. No, 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 no. Okay, so now in your college days, in your college days, initially in very starting days, where do you store all your files when computer was very new? Where do you store your files? Huh? What is that? Oh, someone say memory card. Someone say CDs. So you are there from CDs, correct? But I was there from, so initially we had something called floppies. How many know floppies? High five, huh? So floppies, right? So initially, I still remember when I was doing my project were in my college days, computer was when I was in maybe 9th or 8th or someone. So computer was very new on those days. So I still remember there was an institute where we used to go to the computer institute. And at that time, there is no Windows. There was no Windows. It was DOS. Do you remember? Do you know anyone know? DOS. We had DOS, no? Disk operating system, right? So you don't have this jiggle GUIs. Only one terminal will be there. So if you want to create a folder, you need to write a command. So everything is through command only. So, okay, why should I degrade myself, right? So we were there since that time. So when I was in college days, I used to do the project, and then I still remember when if I want to store my project files, I was storing in floppies. You know how? So floppies will be like this much. How much? What is the size of the floppy? Don't show me in hands. Not this much. What is size? I'm saying size. What is the floppy size? So floppy. So floppy was 2 MB. How much? 10 centimeters into 10 centimeters. I'm not talking about that size. Okay. So how much size in MB? It was 2 MB, Nana. So one floppy, it will be this much only, half of the hand, right? And then in black color, right? We used to put that floppies inside the CPU and then we run it. We'll put the files. And the size of the floppy is 2 MB. If you take one selfie photo, we put him like this, then that itself, one photo itself is 2 MB only. Correct or not? So remember, I still used to carry these many floppies, so many floppies to submit the project. So this floppy was sufficient? Floppies was sufficient? No, because we have a need of the storage. We had a need of a storage. After floppies, you know what we got? CDs. What we got? CDs. What is the size of the CD? 700 MB. You might have used a lot of CDs. 700 MB. Okay. So CDs was like, right? At least you saw the CDs, round color, compatible disk, right? So, but that CDs was only 700 MB. We used to put the data in CDs also. Later, CDs also not sufficient. What do we got after that? DVDs. What do we got? DVDs. Now tell me, what is the size of the DVD? Abba, 4.7 GB. 4.7 GB. Remember, one DVD, 3 movies. So we used to get it for rent, 10 rupees per day, right? So go to that guy and then find out your favorite movies. And in one DVDs, you will have 3-4 movies sometimes, right? So we used to get these DVDs, 4.7 GB. But this 4.7 GB is also sufficient? No. Then we got what? Then we got pen drives. What is the maximum size of the pen drive? You saw 32. I saw 64. I saw 128 also, right? So let's say, for example, 128 GB you have. But that pen drive 128 GB is also sufficient. Now, what do you get later? Hard disk, right? External hard disk. How much? 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte. And tell me, this 2 terabyte is also sufficient? No. So the problem here is there is a need of storage a lot. So if you go to a trip, with your friends, the 2 terabyte photos will be full. Yes or no? 100% will be full. So for that reason, if you need more and more storage, you need to keep on purchasing more hard disks. Let's say, for example, you saw the external hard disk, no? It will be this much only, right? Pusuk, that hard disk fell down. What will happen? Gone? It's gone. And all of a sudden, you got a virus inside your hard disk. All your data is gone? Yes, data is gone. My class only. Demo. Join. But you can join. But we started this few days back, huh? Good. Give them the seats. All right. Okay. So I was saying that we keep the data in hard disk, but is it safe, Nana? Is it safe? No, all of a sudden it fell down, or all of a sudden if something data got corrupted, all our data is gone. So the need of the storage is very much required. So AWS was watching all these things, and then what he did was he came up with his own service, which is called S3. What is it, Nana? S3. So S3 meaning simple storage service. Say that one more time. This is a Pakka certification question, right? S3 meaning simple storage service. Okay. So these pen drives, CDs, hard disks are all limited storage or not? It's a limited storage. But what you need? Limited or unlimited? Oh, you need unlimited, because you want to put how much ever data you want to put it inside it, right? So you want unlimited. Yes, S3 is unlimited storage. S3 is unlimited storage. That's right here. S3 is unlimited storage by AWS. Now in Google, guys, have you heard about Google Drive? Everyone knows Google Drive, right? So what do you do in Google Drive? You put the files, you put the photos, you'll put everything, right? You put everything. Okay, now tell me, Google Drive is used to just store files, yes or no? Is it possible to execute any file in Google Drive? It is only to upload, download, access the files, right? From Google, he has introduced a storage called Google Drive, but AWS also introduced his storage called S3. Google Drive from Google side, AWS side, it is S3. Both functionality is similar, but S3 is giving even more and more features that we learn slowly. Okay, so what do we do in the Google Drive? We upload the files, we download the file, we'll access the files. Is it possible to execute any files, run any files inside it? Your Java, .NET, Python, but can you execute it? No, you cannot execute it. And tell me also, do you have any restrictions type of files to put in Google Drive? You can put any files, no? You can put any files. There are no restrictions. Here also in S3, you don't have any restrictions. You can upload and download, access the files however you want, and there is no limitation. You can upload. But is it possible to execute any files in S3? No. Is it possible to execute any files in S3? No. Is it possible to install operating system in S3? Is it possible to install a database in S3? Is it possible to execute, run any files in S3? No. S3 is just to store the files. That's it. It's a storage. Don't expect many things from it. It's just a storage. So can you say here S3 is used to just store the files? Okay. S3 can store any kind of files. Any kind of files. What do we do with S3 now? With S3, we can upload, download, and access files. Can you execute any files in S3? You cannot execute any files in S3. Is it possible to install anything in S3? Is it possible to install OS in S3? Answer is no. And is it possible to install DB in S3? Answer is no, right? Is it possible to run, execute any files in S3? Answer is no. There is a question. What if you put a virus file in AWS or S3? Why do you put, first of all? Why do you put? We can, Deepthi, that we do later. Why do you put virus file? You have your laptop. Okay. Exactly. I'm sorry. Very good. So you have your laptop. Whose laptop is that? Your laptop only, no? Will you put virus file in your laptop? Why? Amma, mine. Huh? But you put the virus file in some others. Yes or no? But the thing is here, whenever you put any virus files in S3, it will get uploaded. Nothing will get harmed to AWS because it's just a storage. But if you download that in your laptop pusaka, your laptop will be in different colors. Okay. So, but the thing is here, there will not be any antivirus systems concepts in S3. No, because it's just a storage. It's just a storage. So you put any kind of nasty thing in your desk. Desk will hold. Is there any problem with the desk? But when you're taking out, that nasty thing will stick into or will do something to your hand, right? It will be harmful for you only, not for the owner. Okay. Okay, so S3, Google Drive. You have Google Drive, no? For Google Drive, are you logging into any server to access Google Drive? Directly you're accessing it, no? Google Drive is just a console you are accessing, uploading, downloading. So can we say Google Drive is serverless? For us, it is serverless. S3 also it is a serverless. S3 also it is serverless because you don't have any option to log into the server. There is no option to log into the server. It's just a serverless for us. So write down S3 is serverless. As it is serverless, who will handle the performance, scalability, auto, etc. for everything for S3? AWS. Do we need to worry on that, Nana? No worry. So AWS handles high availability, performance, scalability, etc. for S3. We no need to worry. What is the full form of S3? See, don't see and tell me. See, don't see the. See me. Simple. Don't see the paint. Look at me. See, I have big eyes. Huh? See here. I'll give you three options for you. You should tell me which one is the right answer. Huh? Ikkada chudu. So, what is the full form of S3? Number one. Hold on. I'll give the options. Simple service storage, service simple storage, simple storage service. Which one? Huh? Option 3. So now you can say, because I'm in front of you, right? If you say something wrong, I'll correct you. But if you are in the exam hall, you're writing the exam certification, definitely you'll get confused. Because is it a simple storage service, service storage, or storage simple service, simple storage service, you will get confusion. Yes or no? 100% you will get confused. Many people will put wrong answer. So to eradicate that, what do? I'll give you one small hint. Whatever we are learning till now is simple or not? Whatever we have learned till now is simple? Okay. Everything in AWS will start with simple, end with service. Everything in AWS will start with simple, end with service. Let's say what service you are talking about? Storage service. Then now full form, simple storage service. There is one more service called is to send notification. Frame the full form. Simple notification service. What is the shortcut? SNS. There is one service which you send to emails. Simple email service. SES. So you should not get confused now. Everything in AWS will start with simple and with service. Now no confusion. Okay now? Super. I'll write also that here. In AWS, all services will start with simple and end with service. No problem, Divya. What is the full form of SNS now? Simple notification service. This service is to send you notifications. We'll talk. And then what is the full form of SES? Simple email service. New one. Okay. There is also one more service which is related to queues. Frame it. Simple queue service. So let's not take more services now. You will get confused. I have a strategy how to inject in your brains one by one. Okay. So don't worry. Okay. Now, is it clear till here, everyone? Okay. So now, let's say, for example, we have, let's say, what is the name? Venu. So I have Venu here, our friend Venu. So what he said to me is, sir, yes, Venu, tell me. Sir, yes, tell me, Venu, do you have movies? Do you have movies? I said, for example, I said, okay, I have so many movies. You want Bollywood movies, Tollywood movies, Kollywood movies, Malayalam movies. Which movies you need? Okay, so whichever movies that you want. So you have those movies. Okay. So now what I did was I have given those movies to Venu. What he do? He keep it in his laptop or not? He'll keep it in laptop. So what he do? Will he dump everything in his desktop? No. What operating system he has? Windows operating system. So what he do is he'll create a nice folder. Yes or no? He'll create a nice folders. He create a nice folders called Tollywood movies, Bollywood movies, Hollywood movies. He'll create nice folders. Yes or no? He'll create a nice folder. Inside this, what he'll put the files. Tell me one movie name. Jawan. Jawan dot, let's say MP4 or MP, whatever extension it is. So that is Jawan. So now here we have a folder. Inside the folder, what you have? File. And what is the name of the file? Jawan. You're getting it. So this is how you put it in your laptop. So how do you put it in S3? We'll see. Now in S3 also, guys, you need to create a folder. But that folder, the initial folder that you are creating, you should not call it as folder. You should call it as bucket. What is that? Bucket. What is that, everyone? Bucket. Yeah, Patel, good. So here we call it as what, Nana? Bucket. Everyone say this? Bucket. So what do we create in S3? Buckets. What do we create in S3? Buckets. So bucket is nothing but a folder only. But we should not call it as folder. We should call it as bucket. So what does the bucket contain? Files, no. What does the bucket contain? Files. You should not call it as files. You should call it as objects. What should it call? Objects. Objects are nothing but files. And what is the name of the file? We call it as key. What is the name of the file? We call it as? You're getting it. So what do we create in S3? Buckets. What does the bucket contain? Object. What is the name of the object? Simple, no? I'm telling you one pakka certification question here. So S3 is called as object-based storage. What storage? Object-based. Because what are we uploading? Objects only, no? So for that reason, S3 is object-based storage. Certification question. Important. Okay. Now, what is a bucket? You know, in S3 we create a bucket. But what is a bucket? Can we say bucket is a container of objects? In your hostel also you have bucket. What does the bucket contain? Water, no. What is a bucket? Container of water. Water. R should be rolling, right? R should be rolling. Okay, so it should be water. Huh? No, water. Let's talk it in our language. No, water. Huh? Let's go. So, okay, here also, can we say bucket is a container of objects? If anyone asks you what is a bucket, what do you say? Bucket is a container of object. What is an object? Object is a file. Simple. What is an object? Object is a file. And what is the name of the file? Name of the file is called key. So object is a key. That means name of the file or name of the object is called a key. Is it clear? Online, is it clear? Slowly, smoothly, smooth as butter. Very good. So apart from this, what is that? What's called data is? What is it? What's called data? Data inside the file, the data is called data only. But name of the file, we call it as key. Okay, see here, guys. So now, there is a question. What if we have 10 files? So key meaning we need to pass key as some value? Of course, yes. Come on. You have 10 movies, sir. If you want to retrieve the movie file, will you retrieve with only one key? No, each and individual file will have its own key. No, key is nothing but name. Jawan movie, baby movie. I don't know what movies are there, but there's so many movies. No, in order to retrieve each and every movie, it has its own key. Okay, so now I'm giving one scenario. No. Do you know what is static website? Static website. Static website meaning you know websites. You know websites. We have Facebook. So many are there. Websites are there in internet. There are few websites which are HTML websites. That means there are few websites which are very static. The content will not change. There are few websites in the internet where the data, the content will not change. It will be like that only. Let's say, for example, Wikipedia. Data will change every day. It's static, where it doesn't change. So we have that kind of static websites. Basically, that is designed in HTML. Have you heard about name at least? HTML, right? HTML is a hypertext markup language. So we don't use that. But developers, what they do is they develop few applications. I mean, few websites. Those websites using HTML. Those are called static website. What website? Nana, in order to host this static website, where do you host generally? You have one application, one website. In AWS, you want to host it. Which are the services that you will host? EC2. One more? Beanstalk. So, for a small static website, will you go to EC2, launch EC2, configure EC2, log in, deploy, do everything? We do all these things? No. What S3 is providing is a wonderful thing. S3 is providing a wonderful opportunity, wonderful feature. S3 supports static website hosting. What is support? Static website. That meaning you no need to do anything. S3 server based, serverless. Create a bucket, put all HTML files inside it. Enable static website. That's it. Enough. Done. How simple is that? Right? I'm saying again, create a bucket, put all the HTML files inside it. And there is an option called enable static website. Once you tick enable, link will get automatically populated from AWS, from S3. Open that link, website is hosted. Done. Do you need to worry about the performance of the website? Do you need to worry about the auto scaling of the website? Do you need load balancer for the website? Do you need auto scaling, scalability, elasticity? No, everything is handled by whom? AWS. But S3 supports only static website. Does it support dynamic websites? What is dynamic website? Dynamic website meaning where it is send the data to database in the backend. Getting the data from like Facebook, all these are all dynamic websites because it has an interaction with the databases. So these dynamic websites will not be supported by S3. Only static websites. Only what, Nana? Static websites. Understand? So just in case in your certification question or interviews also, if he give this kind of scenario where you have a static website, where do you host? What do you say? S3. Don't say EC2. In EC2 also you can host it. You need to do a lot of things, no? You want to go to a picnic, for example. You are going to resort or you want to go out. Will you go to a resort directly or will you go construct the house and stay there? No, no. So constructing a house, staying there is like EC2. So going to resort and just have fun and come back, S3. Right? So static website hosting meaning S3. Remember that. Lakshmana, I know that you know a little bit on AWS. So please, let's go one by one, okay? Because other people might get disturbed. S3 support static website hosting. Of course, yes. Thank you, Rajashree. So what you need to do, Nana? Create a bucket. Put all your files inside bucket and just enable static website hosting. Nana, do we need to worry about any performance, etc.? No need to worry about high availability, performance, scalability. etc. Because who handles it? S3 handles it. Of course, you can modify, Sunil. You can modify the HTML files and you can upload it back again and it'll get updated. Guys, S3 service is global. Which one? S3 is global. Remember, S3 is global. S3 is global. But buckets you can create in regions. Remember, buckets are regional. Two important certification questions. S3 is global or regional? Global. Buckets are regional. So that means, can you create the bucket in Mumbai? Can you create the bucket in Ireland? Can you create the bucket in Sydney? Yes, you can create buckets in different regions. But overall, S3 service is global. Is it clear till here, everyone? Online? Now, those who are new today, couple of people came, no? 3 people. So try to continue the classes, okay? Listen it. It's little bit hard because we started few days back. So what you do is you take the recordings from admin. He's in the ground floor. Okay. Tell Riyaz sir recordings, he will give you. So take some time, 1 or 2 days, go through that links, recordings. Okay. And if you have not understood anything, just write it in book. After the class, come to me. If you have any doubts, I'll explain. Right. So if not, continue the classes. But if you think that, sir, I cannot able to get it, so you just talk to me. We'll see how we can be done. Okay. Don't worry on this because okay, why we call S3 is global, why buckets are regional? I know this you will get these questions. See, EC2 is regional or global. That meaning whenever you launch one EC2 instance in Mumbai, it will be in Mumbai only. When you launch EC2 in Ireland, it will be in Ireland. Can I see these two EC2 instances in one place? Yes or no? 100% no. But in S3, if you create bucket in Mumbai, if you create bucket in Ireland, you can see both in the same console, same place. So that's why S3 is global. And that too, the buckets that we create are the bucket names that we give, no, is universal. That meaning anywhere in the world, in universe, someone has created a bucket called hello. You cannot create the bucket here, because the bucket names are universal. So that's why S3 is global. Buckets you can create it in every region, and all the buckets it is visible in one place only. Yeah. But don't worry, when we go to S3 in deeper, there we learn more topics. So now I want to move to the next very, 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 very important topic. So please be more, please concentrate more. And online people, I want you to even more concentrate. I know in what situation you will be now, lying on the bed, ulta, raising your legs up, putting hands under the cheeks, and you're listening maybe. Some people, so get up, close the door, lock the door, tell your papa to or girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, don't disturb for some time. Keep aside and please listen this carefully. Because this is very, 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 very important. Good, Divya and everyone. So the next topic here is, we call it as EBS. What is that? Elastic block storage. Say that. Elastic block storage. Very important, Anna. Elastic block storage. Okay. Okay, we know EC2 instance. No, what is EC2 instance? Server. What is EC2 instance? It's a server. Now, a server should have hard disk or not? Server should have hard disk? Definitely. Your laptop, hard disk is there. So now for every server, hard disk is very important. Without hard disk, do we have server? What will be there in that hard disk? What will be there in hard disk? Initially, what will be there in the hard disk? You have your laptop. What is there in C drive? Operating system. First, you need to have what? Operating system, right? On top of it, you have the applications, data, everything. Okay. So here also, Nana, remember this. How many steps are there to launch an EC2 instance? 7 steps. How many steps are there? Louder. How many steps are there? There are 7 steps to launch the EC2 instance. Okay. So when you're launching the EC2 instance, Nana, when you're launching the EC2, do we need to install operating system? Readily available will be there. You just need to select. That's it. Okay. That concept we'll talk. But remember, now we are talking about the hard disk. Remember, whenever you're launching the EC2 instance, automatically hard disk will also come with it. Automatically, hard disk will also come with it. And that hard disk, from now onwards, you should not call it as hard disk. You should call it as volume. What do you call? Volume are getting it from what? From where? EBS. What is full form of EBS? Elastic block storage. That's why we call it as EBS volumes. What is that? So hard disk is now called what? Hard disk is now called what? Volumes. So hard disk, from now onwards, you need to call it as volume. What volumes are those? EBS volumes. EBS volume. Very important. Okay. So, Nana, please write later because you can take screenshot also because very important. See, don't waste time writing it. So now I'm going and launching one EC2 instance. Now I'm going and launching one EC2 instance. Okay. This is the EC2 instance. You will get so many interview and certification questions from this paint itself. So this is the EC2 instance. Remember, when you're launching the EC2 instance, I will not use the word called hard disk now. What should I use? Volume. When you're launching the EC2 instance, automatically volume will come with the EC2 instance or not? Yes. What is that volume called? We call it as root volume. What volume? Root volume. What volume? What does the root volume contains? Operating system. What does the root volume contain? So when you're launching the EC2 instance, by default, one volume will come. What is that volume? Root volume. What is that volume? What does the root volume contain? Operating. How many root volumes that EC2 instance can have? I'm asking how many root volumes can have? Only one, no. How many operating systems will be there? Only one, right? So how many steps are there to launch EC2 instance? That is the bigger step, right? All those 7 steps we will learn one by one. One of the step is about the volume storage. This is related to the storage. So what is that volume called, Nana? Default volume? Root volume. What is the default volume called? That root volume is nothing but C drive only. That root volume is nothing but C drive only, no? Because where is your operating system? In C drive. You will get the root volume. So this is C drive. What volume is this, Nana? You can say multiple times. What is this volume called? What does the root volume contains? Operating system. So when you launch an EC2 instance, a root volume will come and that root volume contains operating system. What volume is there? We can call it as default volume. Yes. What is this volume called? Default volume. So defaultly one volume will come and that default volume is also called as root volume. Okay, now this EBS here, this is the EBS. No, EBS is a centralized storage. What is that? Elastic block storage is a centralized storage. Is a huge storage will be there. Whatever. If you need volume, Create a volume, attach to the EC2 instance. If you want volume, hard disk, if you want some size, create volume, attach to the EC2 instance. If you don't want, detach. So volumes can be attached, volumes can be detached. Whenever you want, attach. Whenever you want, detach. Because volumes are created where? Centrally in location. What is that? EBS, elastic block storage. So here, this is a, let's say, for example, I have the C drive already. Can I get D drive also? What do you do? We need to create the volume. So what I do here is I create the volume here in centrally here, and that volume, what I do here, I'll attach it. What I do, attach it. So here, volumes are attached here. By default, you will get that volume. What is that default volume called? What volume? What root volume? What is that volume called? Root volume. But if you need extra volume, can you create and attach it? If you don't want to detach it, volumes can be attached, volumes can be detached. No, the default volume we call root volume, and these D drive, E drive, apart from C drive, apart from root volume, the rest of the volumes are called additional volumes. What are they called? So many volumes are two types. What are those? Root volume, additional volume. Say that. Root volume, additional volume. So Nana, if you are with me, I'll inject. If you are somewhere, I cannot help, right? So what are the two types of volume? Root volume, additional volume. What is the default volume called? Root volume. What does the root volume contain? Operating system. What are the rest of the volumes called? Additional volume. Volumes can be attached and volumes can be detached. Super. So I'll write one by one slowly here. So, okay, this volume I can attach, and if required, I can detach. Volumes can be attached, volumes can be detached. So volumes can be attached and detached. So EC2 is like, you need to assemble so many things. EC2 will not come just like that. So you need to launch EC2. Here you need to attach the volume. Somewhere you need to attach some things. For security, you need to attach something. You need to assemble it. So directly it will not come. Okay. So volumes can be attached and volume can be detached. Now, can you attach multiple volumes to the EC2 instance? Super. I'll make you answer all these things. You can attach multiple volumes to the EC2 instance. EC2 instance has a default volume. What is that volume? Excellent. EC2 instance has default volume. That volume is called root volume. What does the root volume contains? The root volume always has operating system. What type of operating system that you know? Windows, Linux. There are two types of operating system, no? What are those? Windows, Linux. So the root volume has either Windows or Linux. And okay, I need to tell this also. So now there are mainly two types of operating systems, no? So here, apart from that also, mainly classified two types. Mac is also there, but we don't use. Okay. We are from India. So that's why somewhere I was saying, right? We use Oppo, Vivo, Realme, not Mac OS, MacBook. Okay, so here, OS basically two types. Client-side operating system, server-side operating system. What are those two types? Client-side, server-side. Now tell me, the operating system which you are using in your laptop, what is the operating system that you're using? Windows? Windows 11 or 12? What is that? How much? What is it? 11, Windows 11. So you're using Windows 11, no? That is client-side operating system or server-side operating system? Client-side, no. Can you install application? Can you host application in your laptop? No, it's not good. Yes, sir. Give me a second. Chela. Chapter. Undi. So guys, there is an announcement. So you have Dasara holidays. Congratulations. So Dasara holidays is 23 and 24 has been declared as holidays from Naresh IT. Tomorrow we have class. Okay. So Saturday we have class and Monday, Tuesday are declared as holidays and 25th we have the class. Tomorrow we have class. Connect online. Simple, connect online, right? Because anyways, next 2 days you are having long gap, right? So tomorrow we'll have a class, we'll learn something. And from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all three you take holidays, okay? And those who are traveling, I can understand. So just 1 hour, tomorrow I'll take only little bit. 1 hour you join online if you are traveling, okay? Online links, you will get it in your Telegram or from Srikanth you'll get, okay? Okay, so come back. So there are two types of operating system. What are those? Client side OS, server side OS. So you tell me AWS, this EC2 instances operating system will be client side or server side? Server side. Which one? So here we have client side and then server side OS. Remember, AWS will not provide Windows 11. Windows 10, Windows 11, it doesn't provide. What does it provide? It provide Windows Server 2001, 2022, and then it provide Red Hat, Ubuntu, CentOS, all these things server-side operating system will provide. Please keep this in mind. EC2 supports client side or server side operating system? EC supports only server side OS, not client side. No, if you have, I'll twist the question and ask. If you have OS on the volume, what is that volume called? If you have OS on the volume, that volume is called what? Why you're thinking? The volume is called what volume? Root volume. How many root volumes you can have per instance? Only one. EC2 instance can have only one root volume. You tell me this. EC2 instance can have multiple additional volumes? Yes, D drive, E drive, F drive, whatever drive you want, you can have. So EC2 instance can have multiple additional volumes. Now question is, sir, okay, root volume, this is D drive, no? This is D drive. Now what will be there in D drive? Data only, no? Your own data, right? So we have a data. Okay. So now C drive is there, D drive is there. AWS is providing all these drives. So now you tell me, now we have something called, what is the maximum size that AWS is providing for the volume? What is the maximum volume size? It is 16 terabyte. How much? Louder. How much? 16 terabyte. So one volume maximum can be 16 terabyte. Do you go and create 16 terabyte? No. How much ever is your requirement, you go and create it, no? Yes or no? Let's say, okay, I'll say you default things now. Now, when you go and launch Windows EC2 instance, which one? Windows EC2 instance. Your root volume, by default root volume is how much? 30 GB. By default, how much GB? 30 GB. AWS will give 16 terabyte. No, by default, C drive will be how much? 30 GB. That is for Windows. For Linux, it will be 8 or 10 GB. 8 or? Now tell me, I'm asking this question. What is the Windows default C drive size? 30 GB. Linux, 8 or 10 GB. Nana, then you are now having D drive. D drive AWS will provide? No, who will need to create? You need to create, no? So how much size you need? You need 16 terabyte. That is the maximum size. That is the maximum size. So let's say Nana, if you want D drive as 100 GB, create 100 GB, 500 GB, 500 GB, 10,000, 1000 GB, 1000 GB, how much ever size that you need, go and create it and attach to the EC2 instance. I'm asking this question now. Let's say you went and created 100 GB. How much? You created 100 GB and attached to the EC2 instance as a D drive. And you are using in D drive only 10 GB. 90 GB is free. Tell me, you need to pay for 100 GB or 10 GB? What is your answer? Huh? Answer is 100 GB. Example, I'll give you. You go to restaurant. You go to restaurant. And then you order, let's say, full biryani. And you ate only half of it. Will you pay 100 rupees or 250 rupees? So will you say, Arey, I ate only half, I'll pay half of the money. Will you agree? Then he'll ask, Arey, if you are planning to eat only half, order half biryani only, no half plate. Why you order full? You ordered full, you pay for it. Doesn't matter how much you eat. Similarly here also, Nana, if you want to create a volume, how much is required, that much only you create it. So you created 100 GB volume, you need to pay for it. Doesn't matter if you use 100, 10 GB or 20 or 30 or 90 or doesn't matter. So you created 100 GB, you need to pay for 100 GB. Got this point? So what is the maximum size of the volume? 16 terabyte. Okay, maximum volume can be. Each volume can be 16 terabyte. C drive can be 16 terabyte. D drive can be 16 terabyte. E drive, F drive. Each maximum size is 16 terabyte. But don't create the maximum, because if you have requirement, create it in your real time. But will you create it just like that? No, it is, man, 16 terabyte, man. 16 terabyte. It's huge, right? Yes. So here I'm going for maximum size of the EBS volume is how much? Is up to 16 terabyte. Yes. Guys, later you can extend the volume, no issues. Okay. Nana, AWS will directly provide the volumes to you? No, you need to create it, no? So you are creating, that meaning you need to pre-provision, no? Yes or no? If you are creating, what is that meaning called? Pre-provisioned. What is that? How much ever size that you need, that much size you need to create. What is that called? Pre-provisioned. If you want 50 GB, create 50. 100, 100. 200, 200. 500, 500. Maximum 16 terabyte. So you need to pre-provision the volumes or not? Yes, volumes are pre-provisioned. Volumes should be pre-provisioned. Like create 50 GB or 500 GB, like this. Maximum you can create, maximum 16 TB, like this. Okay, one question for you. Chiti, one question. See here, certification question. You have one volume. You have one volume. One volume can be attached to multiple EC2 instances at the same time. What is your answer? One volume can be attached to multiple EC2 instances at the same time. Answer is yes, sir. Mixed feeling. Some people say yes, some people say no. Okay, I'll put the question like this. You have your laptop. You have hard disk to your laptop. One hard disk can be attached to multiple laptops at the same time. There, no. How come here, yes, sir? So here also, no. One volume can be attached to only one EC2 instance at the same time. So 1 is to many, not possible. Only 1 is to 1. So Sunil, see here. This is your answer. So here you cannot attach a volume to multiple EC2 instances at the same time. Nana, I'm putting a star mark here because when we go little bit deeper, this can be changed. But for now, keep this in mind. One volume cannot be attached to multiple EC2 instances. Okay, now the question here is, let's say, what is the default size of your Windows C drive? Default size, 30 GB, louder. Default C drive size is, Windows C drive size is 30 GB. Let's say this 30 GB will be sufficient for you. No, after 1 month, this 30 GB will be full. Your customer will come and ask, hey, my C drive is full. Can you please help me here? What will you do? Create a additional volume. So create a D drive. But if your C drive is full, what will you do with D drive? If C drive is full, operating system will work or not? It will not work. So what you need to do? Can you extend the volume? Can you extend the volume? Can we increase the volume from 30 GB to 300, 400, 500, up to how much ever you want, up to 16 terabyte? Can you increase it? Yes. And the very good thing here is volume size can be increased on fly. On fly. Fly meaning in the runtime only. Do you need to stop the EC2 instance? Not required. That is a beautiful thing, no? So you can do the live operation without anesthesia. Right? So volume size can be increased on fly. On fly meaning, do you need downtime? Not required. So certification questions. So volume size can be increased on fly. On fly meaning, Nana, no need to stop the EC2 instance. No downtime. Volume size can be increased. Okay, see here now. RAM, Ashok. So let's say you wanted to have 50 GB volume, additional volume. You wanted to have how much? 50 GB. You need to listen. Listen, later you can write. So let's say, for example, because if you miss the logics, you keep on writing. So there is no use of writing. Okay. So now let's say, for example, you want to create 50 GB additional volume. When you're creating a volume, you put 50. And when you're creating Pusuku, you put one more 0 and created it. How much volume size? You need 500. What you wanted to have? 50 GB. What you wanted to have? 50 GB. But Pusuku, you created 500 GB. What will you do now? So 30 GB can be increased too. Volume size can be increased. But here, volume size cannot be decreased. Volume size cannot be decreased. What you need to do? Delete that volume, recreate it with, be careful and put 10 only and recreate it. So is it possible to reduce the size? Volume size cannot be decreased. Volume size cannot be decreased. Only increase, cannot be decreased. If you created 500 GB, what you need to do? Delete it and then recreate it. If you ask, sir, what if I have data inside it? Can you copy paste the data to some other drive? Copy paste the data to some other drive, delete that disk, delete that volume and recreate with 50 GB. Okay. So this is a certification question. Volume size cannot be decreased. Volume size cannot be decreased. What you need to do? Delete the volume and recreate it based on the requirement. Okay. Nana, is clear? Getting it? That's why I said volume. Volume meaning it can be root, it can be additional, both. Okay. Online, is it clear till here, everyone? Doesn't matter. It can be increased, cannot be decreased. Uh, mm, mm. You can delete it. That's just an operating system. No, you can launch one new EC2 instance, automatically that operating system will come. Only thing is data you need to move. But do we have data in C drive? Generally, do we put data in C drive? We don't put. So you don't have any data, no harm. Okay, so sir, so auto scaling will work here. It will delete disk and disk whenever required. No, no auto scaling on the storage level. No. How questions, Ashok, you need to park, because how questions will be on the practicals. If you ask how to increase volume, should I tell click there, click that, open that, I cannot say that, right? For now, you can increase the volume. How? We do in practicals. Okay, so very important. So guys here, so we have something called device names. What is that? Very important. We have something called device. So root volume should have one device name. Additional volume should have, every volume should have a device name, because see here, you have the volume. What are you doing? Volume, you are attaching it. What you are doing? Volumes, you are attaching it. Volumes, you are detaching it. So EC2 instance should know, no, what volume is that? EC2 instance should know what volume is that? Root volume, additional volume. How does the EC2 instance know this is the root volume, the one you are attaching? How the EC2 instance know this is additional volume? Because of the device names. Because of the device name. So root volume has a device name. Additional volumes also have a device name. So Nana, see, whenever you launch the EC2 instance, EC2 instance has to be boot, no? It has to boot, no? So it has to boot from the operating system, right? Where is your operating system? In the root volume. How does the EC2 instance knows this volume is root volume? Based on the device name, it will identify. So that meaning the root volume should have a device name or not? Yes, that device name is like this. For Windows also, for Linux also, the device name is /dev/sda1. Say that. No, say that. /dev/sda1. Louder. /dev/sda1. Pakka certification question. So what is the root volume device name? /dev/sda1. Remember, it should be sda1. For additional volume, it should be like this. /dev/sd. Apart from A1, you put anything. B, E, F, etc. Whatever you want to put. /dev/sdb, /dev/sde, /dev/sdf. Like this, you can put anything. But root volume should be /dev/sda1 only. And also, there is one more thing. For Ubuntu based, the root volume will be /dev/xvda. What is that? /dev/xvda. You cannot have. Azam. Okay, what is the Ubuntu root volume device name? /dev/xvda. Okay. So can we say that root volume is always attached with /dev/sda1? Certification question. Root volume is always mounted, or you can call it as attached as /dev/sda1. Okay, now? Is it clear? Slowly? Yeah, fix it name. Online, is it clear, Nana? Smooth as butter? Slowly? Clear? Mount meaning attach. How you are mounting pen drive? Mount meaning attach. Okay, so question for you. I'm asking one question, you should answer. Think and answer. Think and answer. See here, guys. Certification question I'm asking, think and answer. You know the answer, but you need to think and answer. Okay. Is it possible to detach? Is it possible to detach the root volume while EC2 is running? What is your answer? Answer is no. That is a certification question you're answering. Is it possible to detach the additional volume while EC2 is running? Super. How did you answer? Because the technical logical things that we are learning till now. Because when EC2 is running, can you detach the root volume? That is heart. Without doing anesthesia, can you do the heart operation? Can you remove the heart? No. Right? So yes. So root volume cannot be detached while running. Additional volume can be detached? Yes. That is a certification question. So here I'm writing, is it possible to detach the root volume while EC2 is running? Answer is yes. Answer is no. What do you need to do? What do you need to do? If you want to detach the root volume, what I need to do? Stop the EC2 instance. Yes or no? Into stop the EC2 instance and then detach it. Guys, see here. Is it possible to detach the root volume while EC2 is running? How to detach? Stop the EC2 instance and then detach it. So is it possible to detach the root volume while EC2 is running? Answer is no. So stop the EC2 instance first and then detach the root volume. So similarly, is it possible to detach the additional volume while EC2 is running? Answer is yes. But Nana, if someone is writing in the D drive, from backend, can you remove it? You can remove it, but is recommended. That guy will feel bad, no? Who is writing on that? He'll cry, "Arey, my files are gone, my files are," because you have removed from backend. So is it you can remove it, but is recommended? No. Stop, aram se, and then do it. If not, you can pluck it. So here, yes, it is not recommended to detach while running. Stop first. Hold on. Azam, the root volume is /dev/sda1 for all operating system, Windows, Linux. But for some Linux flavors like Ubuntu, the root volume name would be /dev/xvda. That's it. That it's very rare. Okay, so see here, guys, I have EC2 instance and root volume is attached. See this. Can I delete the root volume while it is running? What I need to do? Stop it, and first I need to remove is nothing but detach. You should use the word detach. So you cannot delete the root volume while it is running. What you need to do? First you need to detach the root volume and then delete it if required. So that is also one more thing you can write here. So you cannot delete the volume while it is attached. What you need to do? Detach first and then delete. That can be for root also, that can be for additional also. Getting it? Is it possible to find and notify particular users who are using particular volume and stuff? And yes, you can. You cannot find who is accessing it, but you can. That is from Windows machine, you can do it. Sunil, from AWS point of view, no. So what you need to do in that case is you need to send an email that you are doing these maintenance activities, and then at that particular maintenance period of time, you need to do these activities. then at that time, obviously, people will not be logging into the machine. And if we detach the volume when the EC2 is not running, then we can also decrease the volume at this time. No, Vishaka, is it possible to decrease the volume? At any point of time, at any cost, anywhere, you cannot decrease the volume size. That is fixed. Doesn't. So what is this? Simple data analyst, SDA uses Windows, but extremely very difficult analyst. Correct. Thank you, Drupal. And sir, if we terminate all volumes, hold it. Yes, okay, that I'll talk about that, Priyanka. But answer is only root, not additional. This for you, not for everyone. Attached details also even. This can be stored in event. Of course, yes, Ravi. Yes. Okay, now question for you. Nana, EC2 instance has availability zones? EC2 instance has availability zones? Okay, so you have the EC2 instance, and that EC2 instance in 1A, it has availability zone. Volumes also has availability zones. Volumes also has available. So if the EC2 instance is in 1A, the volume should be 1A or volume should be in 1B na? 1A only, no? Right? We both are here in the room. Is it good if I stay here and you all guys in the different room? No. So your EC2 instance and volume should be in the same availability zone or different availability zone. What is availability zone? Data center. So your EC2 instance in one data center. Your volume also should be in the same data center. Is it good to have in different data center? No. So very good. So EC2 instance has availability zones. Volumes also has availability zones. And they both should be in the same availability zone. EC2 instance and volume should be in same availability zone. So now I'm giving you one scenario and you should tell me, Nana. Okay. Sunil, are you fresher or experienced? First answer that. So my humble request for you is let's go one by one, because we have so many people are there here. Almost 70 people are there, more than 17 offline, right? All are freshers. There's so many sisters also there, which has gap. Let's go together in the same page. So if you ask this kind of questions, I can answer, but other people cannot understand. That's the reason. Okay. So let's go all one by one, slowly, Aramse. But all the questions will be answered for sure. Okay. Hope you understand that. Okay. So now, guys, I'm giving you one scenario for you. So guys, listen this carefully. See this carefully what I'm drawing here. So here, this is the EC2 instance. And this EC2 instance is in 1A. And this EC2 instance in 1B. And it has a volumes or not? Definitely it will have a volume C drive. And the C drive, this root volume also in the same availability zone, different. This is also in 1A and this is in a 1B. Now tell me, you tell me here, is it possible for me to detach this volume and attach it here and detach this and attach it here? Is that possible? Yes or no? Yes or no? Excellent. Answer is no. Because this first EC2 instance in which availability zone? Second EC2 instance in which availability zone? Can I have cross? 1A volume can be attached to 1B EC2 instance? Both are different data centers. No, you cannot. 1A volume can be attached to 1B EC2 instance? No, so you cannot. Okay, if both EC2 instances are in same availability zone, can I attach and detach? Possible. Very good. Very good, Nana. So I'm writing here, we cannot attach 1A volume to 1B EC2 instance because it has a different availability zone. Similarly, we can attach 1A volume to 1A another EC2 instance because they both are in the same availability zones. Fantastic. Okay, so I am giving you one more scenario here. Okay, how many EC2 instances are there here? 4. Why 4? Because I don't have space. I don't have space, no. So here we have 4. Okay, now see here. This is the volume. What is this? This is the volume. You tell me, is it possible to attach this to all EC2 instances at the same time? Answer is no. Because one volume cannot be attached to multiple EC2 instances. But my question here is, what if I need to have a shared storage for all EC2 instances? What if I need to have what? Shared storage. That meaning I need to have some shared storage so that all EC2 instances can access the same data. Volumes can be shared? Volumes cannot be shared. Volumes is 1:1. Volumes can be shared from 1:many? No, but I have a requirement that 1:many I need to have. Is it possible through volumes? No. So here, volumes cannot be shared, right? You cannot share the volumes among EC2 instances. But now my question here is, what if I need to have shared storage? How? That one we'll discuss tomorrow. Bah. I understand that feeling, but time is up, no? Right? So let's talk about that tomorrow. Time is just flying, no? Yes or no? Right? Bored to nahi ho rahe na? You're not bored, right? 100%. Okay, excellent. Any questions, Nana, till here? Now open for questions. Any kind of questions, please ask. Not at all. Very good. Yes, yes. You are scaling up, no? Yes, we can. So, and take the screenshot. To run an application, do we need to store in EC2? If yes, either storage called EBS? Yes, Deepak Verma, correct. Application should be in EC2 and all your application EC2 is just like a capacity, that's it. But all your data is stored where? In the volumes. Where are all your data is stored? In the volumes. Loknath, we had agreed on one thing yesterday, right? That's why I asked. Loknath is asking, can we have practice sessions? Babu, you will have so many patience. I want to take you there, but you're not coming. Yes or no? Right? I wanted to give you perfect so that you no need to look back on AWS. But if you are very jumping that and this, it's not good. If you say that also, I don't follow because I have my strategy. I want you guys to learn like technical, logically and should live, right? There is a question. What is the maximum size of a series? Priyanka, one time is enough. I can see. Loknath, not required. No one. Okay, let me ask this question, Loknath. Huh? Guys, are you confused on anything till now? Let me take answers from online. Big no. Let me tell from off online people. Answers, please. No, 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 no. So don't have this feeling. Amma, I'm learning every day so many things. I went to do practicals. Leave it on me, no? I said no. You believe me or not? When we reach that level, you will come back saying that, sir, you are right. Because I know, Nana, I know what you want, right? So just leave it on me, okay? There is a question, what is the limit of S3? I clearly told S3 is limited storage or unlimited storage. Then what is the meaning of limit then? If it is unlimited, you went to restaurant and said that, hey, full meals unlimited. Then you are going asking, is there any limit? Are bhai, give 150 rupees and eat how much ever you want. Okay. Done. Guys, just to follow me. Okay, Nana? Don't think that and this, just to follow me. Okay. Done. Okay, super. Can you get the final CC for today, please? And tomorrow we have class. Guys, please don't miss the classes. Because you see, we have entered into AWS services, no? Assume that you have missed one class from now. How much topic is left? For that reason, from now onwards, I'm saying that please don't, because we are covering the overview of the services. No, if you miss the class, that's the overview of few services, you'll miss it. So please don't miss the class. It's just 1.5 hours, right? For 1.5 hours, don't miss the classes, please. Okay, CC with smile, please. Great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next important topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and see you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.